Hello class. Now we'll see the third component of LG electronic system, that is other supporting sensor. The sensor like engine speed sensor is important, plays very important role in order to calculate the number of cycle or the number of power stroke need to be performed per revolution or behind per minute of the time. Okay, so which helps to calibrate, or which helps to calculate the amount of fuel content need to be injected per mass of the fuel, because we know the mass of air entering into the combustion chamber, but we must know the how much number of cycle need to be done per minute. Okay, so in that way we should know the what is the engine speed, even though this engine speed plays a very important role in order to judge the position of the piston. Okay, with respect to the top dead center. Okay, so in some cases this engine speed sensor is located on the crankshaft. In some cases the engine speed sensor is located on the crankshaft. Okay, in some cases it is located on the distributor. Okay, so the most efficient way to locate it, it is on the distributor and the camshaft, in order to have a exact number of power stroke need to be performed, because in case of the crankshaft we are having the twice the rotation in case of the four stroke, and in case of the camshaft and the distributor shaft we are getting the exact number of cycle need to be performed. So no further processing is needed whenever we are employing with the distributor shaft or the camshaft. Okay, so this is the thing in order to calculate engine speed sensor. And engine speed sensor again, whenever it employed with respect to the crank position, then it is also responsible to calculate the cam position and the crankshaft position also. So such type of sensor is also called as a crankshaft position sensor or the camshaft position sensor. In some vehicle, the camshaft position sensor itself acts as a engine speed sensor also. Okay, so this is the thing which used in case of the or different way to use the or different position of using the engine speed sensor. The main purpose of engine speed sensor is to calculate the engine speed, or in order to inform the number of cycle performed per minute by the engine. Okay, so it also correlate the data of engine driver requirement and engine running condition or engine loading condition. Okay, so normally this type of sensor are inductive type. We have already seen how inductive type of sensor are work in case of the ignition system. Okay, ignition coil is there, that triggering or exciter coil is there. Okay, with respect to the change in reluctance, the the value of current flowing through that ignition coil it changes. Okay, so this is a thing which on the which principle the inductive type of sensor is work. Same sensor here used. Okay, the thing is that the continuous teeth is there, and the one of the teeth is missing on the rotating links, which need to be sensed by that pulsing coil or the exciter coil. Okay, so only constructional difference is there, but working principle is the same. Now we'll see the another sensor, that is throttle position sensor. Throttle position sensor. Now this is the pulsing, or we can say uh, processing of the engine speed. Okay, or pulse width or time calculation. This is the ignition sequence of the cylinder and the opening time of the inlet valves. Okay, so this is a first cylinder, fourth cylinder, third, and the second. That is firing order is somewhat changed here. 1432 is there. Actually this is 1342, but in this literature the firing order is changed. That is first, fourth, 3, and 2. So this is a firing this is a fire of third cylinder. After the fire of second cylinder, this is the fire of fourth cylinder, and the fire of this we can say fourth cylinder. Okay, but if you notice properly, the firing order is 1342 only. This is a first cylinder. Okay, after the first cylinder, firing is in fourth only. Okay, after the fourth, the firing in third only. 1432 is only. Okay, 1432 firing order is there. Okay, so this is the firing position at third. After the third, 120 degree phase difference is there. 0 to 180, 180 to 360, 360 to 270, 270 to 720. So this is a 2 revolution of crankshaft. So 2 revolution of crankshaft, uh, uh, for the 2 revolution of crankshaft, this is a firing take place in that way with the phase of the 180. So this is the ignition delivery trigger pulses. This is the exciter coil, as we have seen in case of the ignition system. Triggering pulse generator is there. Okay, so that triggering pulse generator is forwarded to the ECU. This is a pulses from that triggering unit. Okay, this is a square wave. This square wave is converted the square wave in the form of the sinusoidal. Okay, after that pulse shaper generated is there, which shape that sinusoidal wave into rectangular wave. Okay, this is a rectangular wave with respect to the each ignition or firing pulse or the exciter pulse sent by the ignition unit or the from the distributor. Okay, after that pulse shape generator, there is a frequency divider is there, which which calculate, okay, which calculate the pulse width, okay, with respect to the speed condition, with respect to the your with respect to your throttle position. Okay, it calculate the pulse width. Okay, and irrespective of the firing position or the firing timing of the cylinder, this pulse shaping does in that way in the one cycle or one rotation, sorry, two rotation of the crankshaft, or we can say one power cycle. Injection must be sent twice. Okay, irrespective of the first cylinder, irrespective of the fourth cylinder, or irrespective of the third or second cylinder suction stroke. Okay, they sends a fuel in a pulse of 2. Okay, in that way pulse will get decided. Okay, so here you can see 0 to 720 degree of revolution, 0 to 7 degree of revolution, that is 2 revolution of the crankshaft, or we can say one power cycle. We are having the 4 pulses, 1 2 3 4, that is 4 ignition timing. Okay, which is coming from here, that divided into sinusoidal wave, that shaped into sinus wave, and divided into two such a wave or two such a pulses, which sending or which at which fuel injected into the inlet port of all cylinder at the same time. Okay, with for a certain time, twice in a one cycle or one power cycle, we can say. Okay, so here the injection type is non-time injection. Okay, all the injector are injecting at the same time irrespective of your suction stroke of each cylinder. Okay, due to that, the some fog of air fuel mixture are be ready before possessing a suction stroke by that respective cylinder. So charge is always ready at that port area. Okay, so in that fashion we are using a non-time injection. Okay, in case of the L-Jetronic system, it's not necessary non-timing is there. Some company may refer a time injection also. In case of the time injection, each cylinder are each injector are sending a fuel or start injecting a fuel with respect to the position of that particular cylinder or that particular piston. It is so all injector are getting their pulse separately, or all the pulses are calculated separately with respect to the position of the cylinder. But the thing is that the calculation and the processing become a complex in such a position, such case, and we have to monitor the position of each piston. Means what is the position of piston number 1, piston number 2, piston number 3, piston number 4 is need to be a monitor. So best way to determine such a time ignition system is, or identify such time ignition system is, to just have a look of the flywheel, or the wherever the your engine speed sensor is located, or the on the distributor, or on the camshaft, or on the crankshaft. If number of notches or number of missing notches are equal to number of cylinder, it means there is a non there is a time injection is there. Whenever only single missing tooth is there on the entire crankshaft, then you can say it is a non-time injection. Means whatever we are currently going or currently studying, that kind of non-time injection based system are used, because in that case we are only considering cases the speed of the engine, okay, not position of each and every cylinder. Okay, so this is a non-time based injection system. Here engine speed is calculated on the basis of this distributor. We have already seen this exciter coil or pulsing coil in case of the electronic ignition system. In case of the our program ignition system, okay, there is a hall effect sensor, is there, inductive sensor, the same sensor we are the input of same sensor we are utilizing to calculate this pulse width. Okay, so for that pulse if your distributorless ignition system if you use, then those cases this work or that work is going for the crankshaft or the camshaft. But if you have distributor in type electronic ignition system or in type of program ignition system, the hall effect sensor or inductive type sensor may use or may feed that data to ECU. Okay, so this is a thing which happening in case of our uh, engine speed sensor, or that thing need to be take care by the engine speed sensor. After the throttle position sensor, this throttle position sensor is helps to inform what is the position of the throttle or what is the demand of the driver. Okay, so here throttle position sensor is located just before the inlet junction position of the manifold. Okay, and after the vane flow meter. So this is the internal construction of the vane flow, the throttle position sensor. It having the two limit switch. One is the idling contact limit switch, and the this is the full load contact switch. So and in between them there is a having the variable reading condition, a variable contact path. So here also the needle is there. The point number 3 is the throttle ball shaft. Okay, after that as similar to the vane flow meter, here is the needle is there, and variable resistance pot is located here, or path is wire is present over here. That needle is supposed to be having contact on this path with respect to the throttle position in order to vary the amount of current flowing through that circuit. So with respect to the magnitude of that current, okay, the data get forwarded to ECU. Okay, with respect to that, the ECU come to know what is the demand of driver, whether it want to idle, whether it want to partially loading, whether it want a full loading. And with respect to that, it calibrate that data amount of air coming into the cylinder. Okay, it take the data from the engine speed, whether at a full throttle condition engine speed is increasing or decreasing. If it is increasing, then it come to know engine is not loaded that much, or no any that much tonnage of load is added on the vehicle. Or if engine is not accelerate or having reaches to high RPM or at the full loading condition, is you come to know engine is loaded with the tonnage of weight, or tonnage of weight is put it on the vehicle. In that respect, it will take a decision with respect to the engine map. So this is a throttle position sensor which helps to inform regarding to the idle position. It helps to inform to regarding the full throttle condition, and helps to inform in between condition of the driver requirement. Okay, so this is similarly work as our potentiometer. Okay, after that, engine temperature sensor. There are maybe two kind of engine temperature sensor are used in the vehicle. Okay, in nowadays only one kind of engine temperature sensor are used, that is called as a negative temperature coefficient engine coolant temperature sensor. Previously they was used like a thermotime switch. Okay, so thermotime switch having different thermotime switch having a different kind of application, and the negative temperature coefficient are different type of different kind of our working principle. The need of engine coolant temperature sensor is that in order to overcome the cold starting problem. In case of the diesel vehicle, there is a heater plug is there, so in order to resolve the cold starting problem is easy in case of the diesel engine. But in case of the petrol engine, we need to be a crank, or we need to be have a more cycle in order to quick start our vehicle. Those problems we was facing in case of the old or old days vehicles or cars, where time based injection or thermotime switch was used. Nowadays we are not at all using the thermotime switch. This thermotime switch having the disadvantage, it takes a time to start or warm up the vehicle. But here nowadays we are using the negative temperature coefficient sensor, which not takes a time within a few cranking cycle. or one or two cranking cycle, it's responsible to make a engine warm up. Okay, so the basic principle to warm up the engine is that reduce the amount of airflow or make a more amount of fuel flow, or make a fuel reach, or make a charge reach, which is sending to the combustion chamber. Okay, so we already gone through the effect of rich mixture during the cold starting in IC engine subject. So we must know how rich supply is responsible to have a cold static problem, or responsible to overcome the cold static problem as easily. Okay, so we will see the first kind of arrangement, that is to overcome the cold starting problem. Also, this is the first method to for the cold starting problem, overcome the cold starting problem. Here there is a negative temperature coefficient sensor is used. This location of negative temperature coefficient sensor is in the cooling jacket. Okay, the block normally the block of the engine are surrounded by the cooling jacket. Even the head is also even in the head of the engine also cooling jacket is present, but the at the block the position of NTC, or negative coefficient temperature sensor, is there. Okay, so it is located inside the cooling jacket. So whatever the temperature of the combustion chamber is conveyed to this cooling jacket, and that get converted to this filament, or the negative temperature coefficient resistor. So this is made by the semiconductor. Whenever the temperature increases, the negative temperature coefficient temperature, the resistance of this negative temperature coefficient material is reduces. So that's why it's called as a negative temperature coefficient. In case of the normal conductor or metal, as temperature increases, its resistance increases. But here, as temperature increases of this material, the resistor decreases. So across this two terminal, one specific voltage is applied. Okay, the constant voltage is applied. Whenever the resistance of this material is decreases, the magnitude of current flow through these two terminal is increasing, because as resistance decreases with respect to the temperature increase, and temperature increases with respect to the warm up condition of our engine. So till the time the current magnitude are not reaches to the warm up condition magnitude of current, okay, flowing through this sensor, the engine the fuel sended by this those injector, the part number 3 is nothing but the service injector. The fuel sended by those injector is uh, is calibrated or metered with respect to overcome the cold starting problem, according to the amount of air injecting, according to the temperature of air coming into the combustion chamber. So once the engine gets sufficiently warm up, the negative temperature coefficient register sufficiently decreases, which is responsible to have to flow a particular quantity of current to the circuit, and engine or ECU come to know now engine get warm up. Now we can regulate our fuel quantity or sent by the service engine in that way. That way, so our cold starting problem is now resolved. Okay, so it start to work a normal operation with respect to the throttle position, or the with respect to the driver demand. Okay, so in that way this negative temperature coefficient is work in order to overcome the cold starting problem. Hence it response, or it prevent, or it overcome the cold starting problem as early as possible. But on another hand, this this thermotime switch based cold starting problem resolving method is based on the time. Okay, we have already gone through this thermotime switch in case of the KG Tronics. Okay, the basic thing is that this sensor is also located on the engine block, but it's not necessary in case of the engine not necessary, it is not used in case of the LG Tronics. Some LG Tronics system are also using this type of thermotime switch in addition to engine coolant temperature sensor, but nowadays it is completely eliminated. Temperature time based temperature is no more in case of the modern vehicle. Okay, modern Jetronic system, as I told you, in case of the modern vehicle LH Jetronics, in more precise, if we say LH Mototronics are used, not Jetronics also. LH Mototronics is used. Okay, so in those vehicle it is not used the combination of engine coolant temperature sensor and the thermotimes is not used, but in the early model of the LG Jetronic they was using the combinedly. Okay, in which starter wall is completely different, is starter wall also used and the service injector also used, but nowadays no starter wall is present. All the cold starting problem activity is done by the service injector only. Okay, so in early model of the LA Jetronics, both service and the starter injector was used, so that's why the thermotimes is essential in those cases. Okay, so now what happened in here, this thing is also located inside the block. Okay, fitted in the block into the cooling jacket. Okay, this is a bimetallic strip. Okay, which having made by the two metal which having the different thermal coefficient of expansion. Whenever this metal strip are reaches to particular temperature, the expansion coefficient of this side strip. Okay, this side strip here having a high rate of thermal coefficient of expansion, which responsible to expand this length of this strip. Due to that, the black strip get pulled over here with increasing the length and contact get break. So contact get break and the temperature to contact get break, and due to that the pulses send it to this starter wall get break. Whenever this contact get break, that time uh, current forwarded to this injector service sorry cold start injector is terminated, because as key is turned on, current flowing through this ECU forwarded to the your sorry key current forwarded to the relay, after that forwarded to the thermotime switch. Whenever it entering the thermotime switch, it passing through this way. Okay, entering to the uh, entering to this heating element. Okay, heating winding is also there. Okay, and heating winding through is forwarded to the this our it is from here. It is coming here. Okay, so this is your part number for that is cold starter injector, and this thing here is earth. Okay, so the starter injector get energized. This thing is coming from relay. Okay, okay, so this is from relay. Just for example, this is relay. Okay, through relay to here, and through contact breaker, heating winding, and entering to the starter wall, and through starter wall get energized and fuel injection started here. Okay, so till this heating winding is not heated up to the that particular limit, this by starter the metal of this side not expanded. Whenever it reaches to the up to certain temperature, this bimetal strip get elongated, and due to the elongation it start bending in that way. Okay, and this black colors metal strip are not having very less coefficient of expansion, so it won't change its length, but due to it they are both are binded together. Due to the elongation of this side metal, it moving along with it and leaving the contact, or what breaking the contact, and due to that current not flow through the circuit. Okay, current get flow of current get break, and it is not forwarded to the starter valve, so fuel injection stop for a being. For a being means for 2 seconds or for 4 seconds, suppose current get stop. Okay, and whenever this winding get cool down, again contact get make as this elongated metal get regain its original length, and again come back to the contact position. Again this current flow and starter valve start injection. This thing is do happening till engine get not sufficient warm up. Okay, so time after 4 second to 4 second shut off, the starter valve again start to injecting the fuel. Okay, so this is the thing happening whenever the engine gets sufficiently warm up. The engine temperature is responsible to keep expanding the or keep enlarging the length of this metal. So due to that time, as engine gets sufficiently warm up, the coolant heat is responsible to make elongated this side metal strip, and this contact always in brake position till engine is warm up. Once engine get cold, again this contact is made. Whenever you have a next attempt to start the vehicle, that time again same thing supposed to be happen on the basis of the time cut off and switch on. So due to the cut on and switch on, this thing, this system takes a time to quick warm up the vehicle. Okay, so due to that, more fuel is or we can say huge amount of fuel get wasted during this cut off and cut on activity. Okay, even though vehicle response is not getting as early as possible. Okay, so vehicle is not responsible to or not ready as early as for the dynamic loading. So this is the disadvantage of the such a type of thermostat. So nowadays this thing is completely avoided to use in order to overcome the cold starting problem or in order to warm up the vehicle as early as possible. So this is a thermotimes. Now this is the starter valve which we have already seen in case of our Kjetronic system. Okay, similar to the our service injector, here also we are using the this solenoid winding. This is part number 3 is nothing but your armature. Okay, this is a spring. Okay, and this is your seat, and this is the entrance of your fuel pressurized entrance of pressurized fuel into the fuel injector. So whenever this winding is not energized, this spring is responsible to push this armature against this seat, and due to that time fuel is won't enter to this region. Okay, whenever pulses sended to the winding number 4, okay, it get electromagnetized and this armature get pulled down. Whenever it get pulled down, fuel coming through this way and entering to the port area, or sorry, manifold area. The starter valve is common for all cylinders, so it is normally located to the throttle body. Okay, after the throttle body, so it is sending the fuel to the inject the throttle body for all cylinder. So whenever time is over or 4 second, or we can say the contact get break over here, the pulses or supply to this starter valve get ended, and again this spring responsible to shut off the supply. Okay, so this thing is happening on the time base, so that's why it's called as a thermo time switch. Okay,